From AMF Christown, we're here for the title match of today's Arizona Doubles tournaments. It can be adult junior or junior. This is the father-son team of Michael and Robert Majeske, otherwise known as Sven and Ivan on tour. It's the third frame. Sven, we'll just call him Sven for the video, opened in the first, Robert struck in the second. They're taking on the top-seeded team of Michael Haugen Jr. and Ryan Klumpers. That's a good adult partner to have for Ryan right there. Ryan holding his own just as much on that team. So Majeske trails here by 12 and will continue to do so with that spare right there. Klumpers struck in the first, Haugen spared in the second, and that's where we pick up the action here. Ryan, a member of the very successful ASU college bowling team. I remember from, I want to say Iowa? It's from the Midwest. Apologize, Ryan, for not remembering that. Playing the deep inside line and flushes that ball in the 1-3 pocket. Beautiful shot from Ryan. If you thought you heard wrong when I said Michael Haugen, you did not hear wrong. There he is, Michael Haugen Jr., PBA superstar. Lives in the Phoenix area and always takes the time to come out and support our tour. We love him for it. He's a very fun guy to have around and one heck of a talented bowler, as his resume speaks for itself. The pristine form, and trips out that 4-pin for a big double. Now, I'm not saying that the Junior Bowlers Tour is tougher than the Professional Bowlers Tour, but Michael Haugen's got a couple PBA titles, and he's only got one JBT title, and it was a Pro-Am event with Brianna Caldwell back in 1863 or something like that. He's had a couple second place finishes in our Tournament of Champions and some other events. Real testament to how much he gives back to the sport of bowling by bowling all of our events. And Robert Majeske, Sven's dad, has been tough as nails all step ladder long. They've won 3 matches to get to this point. Lexus and Shelby right away, please. And here's Michael in the third, coming up high and leaving the 4-7. They've won 3 matches to get to this point, defeating in order Kyle King and Matt Jones. How about that team? Josh Tajiri and D-Ron Booker, they were up a win in California last week, and then a tough Arizona junior team with Curtis Lindeman and Riley Dempsey. So 3 big wins to get to this point. Probably the underdogs on paper, but we talked about that last week in California. That paper doesn't mean a whole heck of a lot. You gotta win it on the lanes. Up by 20 pins is Klumpers and Haugen with that early double. They can extend to 30 here if Ryan can make it his 3rd personally consecutive strike. They're bowling a Baker team game, so it's essentially alternating frames between teammates. Ryan will stay on the right-hand lane and bowl all the odd-numbered frames. Big shot for his team right here. Oh man, another great shot, but a solid 9. Ryan with excellent form. Actually, it meant Coley as a compliment. Ooh, as he just clips that 9. Very Haugen-like. And he's not the massive power player, but has enough power on the ball and is more accurate as a result of that. And that's the form you can bowl with for a lifetime. That mega cranker form sure looks good when you're 25 and when you get to be my age of, 26 plus 13. Gets a little harder, but it's just absolutely purely classic form, and it's just repetition after repetition that makes it so darn good. Right. And there it is, dripping out yet another 4. Speaking of repetition, you will take it. Thank you very much. The only reason that the Majeskes are in this title match is Dad has come up huge, striking out in a tiebreaker to get into the top 5 when they roll off over Matt Jones and Cameron Smith, and then doubling to win that first match. Doesn't quite get the 4 to trip out on the light hit here as they start to fall behind more and more here as the top-seeded team is putting on the pressure. Yeah. Sven does not have a JBT title, either does Ryan, so the junior bowler on this team, on the winning team, is going to win their first title here. Nice form out of Robert too, cross lane at the 4, well done. Over in handicap is the Pellegrino family climbing the ladder. Father and son team taking on Alexis Atkin and Shelby Dempsey. We'll get to that match after the conclusion of this one. A couple good storylines over there. Here's Sven. And the red-headed Scandinavian gets the Brooklyn strike. He'll take it, he doesn't care how they fall. Klumpers and Haugen qualified first today at plus 245, rolling over the field. Second seed was Curtis and Riley at plus 96, so that counts as dominance. On yet another demanding condition. We've been tough on these guys the last couple months. That's a good thing. Beautiful shot, keeping it in play, just a half 10. Don't do that all day long. Set the ball that hooks less, it's going to flatten that out. Go right cross lane, almost a backup ball at it, and it backs up right off the gutter there. So a little bit of an opening for the Majeskes. There's a errant shot by Klumpers. Gives them 137 through 7. They still lead by 10. But it'll be Robert up with a strike working for his team. Pivotal point in the match right here. Oh, and Haugen comes up light this time, probably a little subtle adjustment off those trip fours. If he converts this too, his team will stay in the lead by 10. I got to go start the handicap match, so we will zoom out to try and catch as much as that until I get back. We'll know in 15 minutes. All right, back here. Pretty good shot there by Robert with the flat 10. He does pick it up, so they've carved that lead to 10 now. Both working on spares. The 9th and 10th frame roll off with 10 pins of handicap to Haugen, which is utterly appropriate since he took away 10 pins yesterday. So see, it all works out. It all comes full circle, folks, on the Junior Bowlers Tour. You don't have to worry about it. Big shot, obviously, here for Sven. Nice shot. Nice ball for Sven, aka Michael. They've come up clutch when they've had to. This will be Sven's best career JBT finish right here, win or lose. Ryan with a previous high finish of second up at Cliff Castle last season. Wants to redeem himself here in the 9th frame. Oh man, found a good look with that ball as that was a little left the whole time. That's been going through the face all day long, but he got that ball to push through the middle there. That's an accomplishment actually, because there's a whole lot of friction in the middle. Right now, great shot, setting up a many-time PBA champion. That's a good spot to be in if you're Ryan. You get to sit back and relax and hope Michael Haugen Jr. wins you a title. It's a nice spot.
Nice thing to do.
Oh, man. He liked it. All the way he liked it. You can tell by his reaction to that shot that he thought he pured it. Said it's a 10 pin. Spare strike is 197, and the fill ball is going to definitely come into play here if he gets this spare. I fully expect him to cover it. No trouble at the 10 pin. So getting the strike here is really, really crucial because that will force them to get 2 strikes in the 10th frame. If he gets 9 here, they'll finish at 196 and they'll go strike 9 spare to tie it. So key ball here in the 11th frame. position coming up here for Robert, trying to win his son his first career title. That's got to be a little difficult. My goodness. Phil. And again gets that four-pin to trip. Wow, that trip four has been Haugen's friend in this match right there. He did all he could do, and now it's up to Robert Majeske to determine the fate of three other bowlers. Must strike twice. No possibility of tie. He has been ice in his veins throughout this entire stepladder plus the overtime at the beginning. Has to come up with it twice more. It's right there. Got up. Oh, the 7 will not fall, and despite a great effort from the Majeskes, Michael Haugen and Ryan Klumpers win today's Arizona doubles. Very well bowled match by both teams. No shame in that from Pop. He did all he could. Very difficult pattern and gave it a chance. It's really all you can do right there, but by that thinnest of margins, Michael and Ryan winning most of the day or home title. Great run by the Scandinavians. Hopefully we'll see him back in the tie match in real soon. Part 2 is the Alexis and Alex show part 2. They go at it again for the second straight day with some help this time.